Hey Jims, it's your boy Jameer Sean, and I'm just coming to y'all with another video. This is the life update video that I've been, telling y'all I was gonna put out, but a bunch of stuff happened. I ended up catching COVID, so it kind of put a lot of stuff behind, especially at the beginning of the year. But just to get straight to the point, yeah, I kind of went through a lot, especially around that mid 2018 and I say 2021, and even up to now. But it started out like at previous jobs I was going through mobbing in the workplace, along with dealing with other outside forces, and then at the same time dealing with my own personal issues, and my body was breaking down, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me or whatever. And I suffered for a while, like 2 years I suffered or whatever. And I was experiencing like muscle cramps, muscle weakness, like brushing my teeth became a chore because my body was so weak. Like even taking a shower, walking, and just everything. Like I remember I had an episode where I was sprinting outside and my muscle cramped up so bad it felt like somebody was like taking my muscle and just winding it up or whatever. And I remember like I couldn't straighten my leg or anything, but I knew it wasn't like that normal muscle cramp or whatever, but I couldn't figure out what it was or whatever. So yeah, I had been experiencing a lot of stuff. I even stopped breathing in my sleep twice, and then I even started getting back knee and looked like what could have been eczema on my arms, but it wasn't. And even hyperpigmentation on my skin, and I never had skin issues or anything like that. And for a long time I had suffered with acid reflux, so I was taking like acid reflux medicines and stuff like that. And just to make it make sense, like growing up I never knew I had food allergies, and I never got a food allergy testing until I was about 18, and then that light bulb kind of hit. Okay, let's get a food allergy testing. Well, I got a regular allergy testing, but then the doctor was like, I just want to test you for food allergies just to see. And I was allergic to soy and wheat. And he told me, stay away from these foods. And I listened for a little bit, but I would dibble and dab back and forth or whatever, but didn't know that it was really messing me up or whatever. And so, long story short, when I was going through all of this or whatever, I didn't figure out what was wrong with me literally up until like a month ago. So I have been going through all this for some years now, and it had been causing hindrance with my vocals. Like I couldn't sing, my voice was weak, and I even have a video on YouTube where I was still trying to, where it was just singing the stylistic songs, You Are Everything, and my voice, I was slurred and everything or whatever. And I realized now, even in my younger years, what's been causing me, hindrance with that or whatever. So, come to find out, I was at work one day not too long ago, and I was just experiencing like real major anxiety, and real, like I couldn't control my emotions. I was, when I would be at home, I would cry, but had no reason to cry or whatever. So I remember reading this article just to make it make sense on jw.org, and it was about intuition. And I always wondered what intuition was, but it gave me an example of this guy, it was a true story, in the 1800s, and he saw this little thing with wheels going down, and he had this hunch of intuition. He was like, this is gonna be something big. And so he ran and got his savings, invested in it, and people were telling him, don't do that, don't do that. You're going to lose your money, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to work. But he did it. He trusted his instincts and did it anyway. And he became a millionaire. Like, I think he's worth $35 million, but he ended up selling it to selling, his shares or whatever. But it ended up becoming what we have today, which is Ford Motors or whatever. And I learned that intuition, we all have it, but women tend to be stronger, not by a biological sense, but by the sense that it's because it's based off experience, just that innate thing that God gave us, and then 3, just being in alignment with Jehovah or whatever, because he's the one that really, keeps it sharp or whatever. But women tend to be stronger because, you know, as boys, you growing up a lot, go outside, throw the football, play basketball, or whatever, you're not being taught a lot. Whereas girls are learning, they may be learning to take care of a baby, cooking, cleaning, all these things is building up their experience, which is the saying, you know, girls tend to mature faster than boys. And that's very true in the mental and physical sense, you know, or whatever. And that's the reason why, or whatever. So, long story short, I was at work and I was just having like a, you know, real major anxiety and stuff like that, and I could not figure out what was wrong with me. But then it was like a hunch of intuition, and I told my coworkers, I said, y'all, my B12 levels are low. I said something's not right, and then because I was ready to run out of there because I was just feeling so mentally just like not there or whatever. And they was like, well, you're acting normal, you're social, blah, blah, blah. But they couldn't see what was going on with me inside. And, you know, a lot of people, when they're suffering inside, they don't get that same empathy as somebody that you can see, you know, physically what's going on or whatever. So I said a prayer, and literally in my mind, I could see Jehovah saying, trust me, like literally in my mind. And there's a scripture that says, and, you know, in times of distress, you know, he will bring things to mind to comfort you. And so I said, let me just get through my shift. I'm going to trust Jehovah, get through my shift. And when I got home, I said, I need a multivitamin. And I ate, and the headache didn't go away because I had a massive headache. Went and got the multivitamin, and my headache subsided. But then when I went to sleep that night, I had stopped breathing in my sleep again, but my body woke itself up. And I woke up panicking, so I ran out to the store. When I got up, I was like, I need a higher dosage or whatever. I said a prayer so I didn't overreact. And I got 1,000 mcg, and I Googled what doctors would start you off with, you know, because I couldn't get to a doctor. So I Googled what doctors would start you off with if you had a B12 deficiency, and it's usually 1,000 to 2,000 mcg. And so I went and got that, and I took 2 of the pills to make it 2,000 or whatever. And literally, it was like somebody lifting a sheet off of you. My acid reflux slowly going away. It's very, I rarely deal with it. It's like, it's going to take time to heal, because it takes, from what I heard, from what I saw, 6 to 12 months, especially doing it in the natural sense. Yeah, my acid reflux, the batony, and the eczema that was forming on my arms, slowly clearing up. The hyperpigmentation I had on my face, clearing up. Like, even like if you see my beard, it's growing in full. I don't know if y'all noticed, because I used to have my beard always connected, but it used to be kind of a bit more patchy or whatever. But B12 deficiency also causes hair loss. It's because it causes your hair to become brittle, dull, and dry. And I always wondered, like, when I would be using my normal hair products, I said, you know, I'm thinking it's the products, but the whole time it was my hair. Because a lot of people, they go to this product, something wrong with this product, or they done change the formula, but it's really that our nutrients, we're not getting our nutrients like we need to. And the biggest people that are prone to get B12 deficient are vegans, people with food allergies, people who deal with alcoholism, people over the age of 60, kids can have it, and young adults and adults like me can have it, because as you grow older, you know, your body can naturally, even if you're a meat eater, it naturally can become hard for you to absorb B12. And yeah, so it can become harder. And even I'm kind of getting confused, but yeah, but anyway, it can become harder and stuff like that. So you got to make sure that you're supplementing, especially like with this mental illness. But B12 deficiency can cause you to experience psychosis, mood disorders like bipolar, and it can also cause mood disorders like bipolar, psychosis, memory loss, hard to focus, and it can lead to dementia, osteoporosis. It can literally cause a lot if you don't catch it. And a lot of times, hold on. Okay, sorry y'all. Yeah, but a lot of times people don't catch it because you get misdiagnosed, which I was misdiagnosed because the symptoms are so broad, and a lot of doctors, they don't check for that, And it's something that you gotta ask for, because I learned I was misdiagnosed because I ended up going to the hospital, and because I told my mom, I said I'm still feeling anxious or whatever, and this was before I took the higher dosage. And I went to the hospital, and they did blood work and everything on me, and it took about an hour, but he came in smiling, and he was like, your numbers are perfect. He said, you know, nothing scary or anything like that. So my mom said, what's wrong with him? And I was like, Mom, I said, I already know. And I was like, it's my B12. And then so I looked at the doctor, I said, well, what's my B12 levels? And his answer was, we don't check that. And you know, it was just crazy, because it was like, I know that was Jehovah guiding me the entire time, and I see why he allowed me to go through the things that I went through. You know, even when I was telling you about taking my trip to Atlanta, before I even knew what was wrong with me, and the mental state and the physical state I was in, he showed me how strong I could be. And then for my brother and my mom, you know, my sister, to trust me to drive, you know, especially in Atlanta, a place that I'm not even from, and it's, you know, as crazy as the traffic can be there or whatever, but it showed me what I was mentally capable of, because I was put on antidepressants and stuff like that. And I'm not really a depressed person. Not to say that I can't get depressed, but I'm a person, I feel my emotions and I move on, and I credit that to Jehovah, because he helps me overcome a lot. And I kept telling him, I said, y'all, I'm not depressed. And people, you know, I grew up in a family, you know, that's where you got to break that generational curse or whatever. It's like when you have a headache, I'll pop a Tylenol. Or if you have a stomach ache, take this, take that. But you got to ask yourself, why am I having headaches? Why am I having a stomach ache and stuff like that? And just really listening to my body, I was able to help myself. And you know, just trying to break those curses or whatever. But it was a journey, y'all, because I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and because they could not figure out what was wrong with me. And I couldn't even run on a treadmill at one time for even 2 minutes. But now I'm back to myself, and I'm still healing, and I'm still, you know, I still got to get my levels back to normal. It takes a while, like I said. But I'm back me or whatever. I'm glad I trusted myself, and I thank Jehovah for guiding me, you know, and you know, because I had to really know, you know what I'm saying, because come to find out, B12 deficiency it leads you to major depression, and you know, like all of the mental things that I was saying, it causes a lot of issues. You feel like you're dying. That's literally how I felt or whatever. And I was out of work for an entire year. Finances is all screwed up, and I'm still trying to bring myself out of that or whatever. Even car got repoed, but I was able to get my car back, thankfully. You know, I'm thankful for my mom and brother in regards to that. You know, they helped me out a lot. Yeah, but it's just been crazy, y'all, as y'all can see, because I'm still trying to get myself there. But it's been crazy, but I was still trying, even in the midst of it. It wasn't that it wasn't my will to not to work, but my body and mental just would not. I couldn't. I was basically, I won't say bedridden, but I could not. My body wouldn't allow me to. But I just want to share that with people, because really invest in getting the best nutrients in your body. Like, your body health is truly wealth. You can have all the money in the world, nice cars, all that, but if your health is not there, ain't none of that stuff is gonna matter. Like, we live in an age where this turn up age, where you know get wasted and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm speaking on it is not being judgmental, but because I have my own issues. But I speak on it because when you overindulge in alcohol, it actually affects your nutrient absorption. So that's why you see a lot of these young kids, especially with the mental illness and suicides and all this stuff like that, because like just a vitamin D deficiency alone, like if your vitamin D is low, which a lot of people of color do have it because of our skin in general, and I know that's something I'm gonna have to supplement with too, just by instinct. It causes the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency are low. It causes muscle weakness, muscle cramps, depression, sadness, I think it can even cause things with your skin, your immunity, and you know, vitamin B12, it supports your brain, your nervous system, like everything. Like it's, you know, you have to get your, everything is quick, and everybody, and we on this age of DoorDash, and you know, I get it, you know, because I was there, you know, I knew the specials and all that, but I had to get myself together. And, you know, just going through all of that. But I'm going to link some videos below just so y'all can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. And also, I'm going to put the information that I read, the symptoms of B12 deficiency, and also read up on your other vitamins. And also, if you can or if you're able to, because I know how it is not to have health insurance as well. If you do have it, take advantage of it. And go to your doctor and get you, it's called a micronutrient test, where they test your B12, your zinc, your vitamin A, K, all that, to see what your levels are. And I bet you, if you have any deficiency or any low areas in those levels, if you get them levels right, you're going to feel 10 times better. I promise you. It'll be a slow process, but you're going to feel those effects even within that first, you know, if that's the issue going on or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna link a lot of the stuff that helped me below, the videos. I do encourage y'all to watch. I hope y'all make it through the whole entire video, and yeah, just look at that information that I'm getting. I'm really trying to help people, and you know, obviously I had to be the one, you know, one of the ones to go through this, you know, or whatever. And you know, it's a testament to help people, and just to know that Jehovah wanted me to put my trust in him. And he helped me and he guided me along the way, and I thank him for all of it, because like I went through a lot, and it was just crazy. I lost a lot, but a lot of it he gave it back to me or whatever, especially the things that were needed. So yeah, I hope this helped y'all in some way. I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm not a professional speaker, and I don't write my stuff down. I try to speak from my heart and just, you know, but I do really want people to be in their best health and to be in their best mental state, because I know how it is to suffer mentally. And before you holler mental illness, you need to know what's going on with your body. Make sure that you're not deficient in any areas of your nutrients and stuff like that before you get a food allergy testing, because food allergies can also, with me having a wheat allergy, when I was eating those things, it causes anxiety. It can cause depression, mental blockness, skin issues, GI issues, all of those things it can cause. So I really had a lot going against me, especially trying to be a singer. I had a lot. And a lot of it I was causing on myself from not listening. But I never knew. I always thought B12 was an energy thing, because that's all I grew up knowing about it. You know, I don't really come from a health conscious family. You know, a lot of black families in general, we grow up on the soul food, and like I said, we run to medicines, and sometimes you really do need medicines. I would never say you don't need it, but if you can, you want to get to the point where, you know, if you can do without a medication, then that's what you want to get to. So yeah, and I don't even fault the doctors, because, you know, like, doctors are humans. They only know, you know, what you tell them. You know, they're not in your body. And one thing I learned with the nutrient thing, a lot of doctors don't test it for it, because they're doctors, but they're not nutritionists. Unless you just happen to, you know, or fortunate enough to come across a doctor that is educated in the nutrition area. A lot of doctors don't check for those things. So it's something you have to be vocal about yourself, and stand on top of that, and eating good things. You know, even with your snacks and your desserts, can you say everything that's in that dessert? You know what I'm saying? Can you pronounce everything that's in it, and everything in moderation? Because I'm not a drinker, but I've even started drinking just like 5 ounces of red wine at night, just for the health benefits of it. And even in Bible times, they used it as an astringent, or it's antibacterial. It has antibacterial properties as well, because in the area in Bible times, the water was polluted, and I think it was Timothy or Paul, one of those people, were given wine to clear the bacteria out of their stomach. So, but in moderation. But if you overdo anything, you know, of course that can lead to alcohol poisoning, or even making you sick and everything like that, which is not, you know, worth it. So really take care of yourself. I'm glad that light bulb came off on me, especially as I got older, to take care of myself. and hopefully be able to help others and even others in my family as well. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I linked other things below. Get you some multivitamins. Try to get as natural multivitamins as you can. Read the ingredients. Not all are created equal. So yeah, and get a food allergy testing if you can. Like really, that way you know if something going on with your body, you know, okay, I'm allergic to this. If you get a micronutrient test, you know, am I low, am I high, is this, if all those things are good and you've been staying away from food that you're allergic to, if you are allergic to anything or you find out you're allergic to anything, then you know, okay, it's something else with my body. You can eliminate, you know, process of elimination, you know, because our bodies are not perfect, so we will go through things or whatever. But yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it doesn't come across as rambling. I'm trying to make sure I got everything out that I was trying to say. Oh yeah, and even with the stop breathing, B12 deficiency is linked to sleep apnea. And sleep apnea either comes from being overweight or a wide neck. And I don't have either of those things. So I was like, why am I experiencing this? And that's what it was, because I have not experienced that ever since I've been, you know, taking my B12 on the regular and trying to get my levels back up. And I do have a, you know, a doctor's appointment at a later date to, you know, see what all, you know, other areas is going on. But that part I just knew by instinct, and I thank Jehovah God for that, because he guided and helped me right along the way. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and just know whatever you're going through, you can overcome it. I'm overcoming stuff now. I'm still not in the best place, but you know, I couldn't help what was going on. You know, it's been a crazy ride. But I love y'all, and yeah, and if you're experiencing fatigue and sleepiness, I'm almost done. But if you're feeling fatigue and sleepiness, because like when I was going through before I found out, I was working at a warehouse. And when I was working there, and shout out to Amazon, because that was a really good place, at least the one I was at to work for. I remember going outside because I made it through an hour of my shift, and I went outside and I didn't drive home because I was feeling so lethargic. I went to sleep, and y'all, when I woke up, people were coming out for second break, and it was like 12 a.m. when I woke up. And I was just scared to drive home because I had been kind of dozing off going down the highway. I definitely did not want to hurt somebody else, and I did not want to hurt myself. You know, I didn't want to hurt somebody else before I hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, or whatever. But anyway, I love y'all, and yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe and share this video. Not just for me, but just to help people in general. And I hope this helped you, and you know, whatever you could be dealing with, if you're going through the depression and things like that. Yes, outside forces can cause those things, which is why the Bible says, you know, bad association spoils useful habits. So you do got to watch who you're around, because those things can bring you down too. But a big major component as well is the things you're putting in your body or you're overindulging in that's not good for your body. So yeah, anyway, y'all have a great day, and peace out. All right, bye. Oh yeah, and also y'all, I am growing my hair back out. Today will be day one. I just shaved my head, so today will be day one, starting fresh. And just knowing that I was deficient in areas, now I want my hair to flourish. No, I do not have the perfect hairline I used to have in high school, but we're gonna work with what we got, because all my younger years I did not appreciate my hair just because of outside forces or whatever. And you know, like my mom always told me, like, if you couldn't flourish then, flourish now. And so we gonna flourish, and as Mariah Carey said, I'm gonna do the best with what I got or whatever, and I'm gonna enjoy what I got or whatever, because the rest of my hair grows in full. I just don't have the, you know, perfect hairline. And I am a very meticulous person, but I'm like, everything ain't gonna be perfect. We don't live in a perfect world. Everything is not gonna be exactly how I want it. So that, and also today is day one of me starting my plant-based journey as well. You can be plant-based, but when you go plant-based, be sure to supplement with vitamin B12. And that's one thing I kept ignoring, even though it kept popping up in my face. But I didn't know how vital B12 was for your body. But B12 is like the next thing to water for your body. It's a very valuable nutrient, important nutrient, or whatever. But I just want to let y'all know that. So we on this health journey. I'm gonna get my workout in today. And if you are deficient or you find out, kind of slowly get yourself back into working out, because you can't hurt yourself because of the muscle fatigue and weakness, and even cause weight issues because it messes with your metabolism when you're B12 deficient as well. So I see why I had a lot of hindrance even when I was working out faithfully and really couldn't see any changes like that or whatever. So hopefully, you know, I've unlocked a lot of the, you know, components and stuff, and I'm learning as I go, and hopefully I can get my body to its fullest potential and get my body where I know it can be. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that. All right, and I hope y'all follow me on this journey. And yeah, and I got some singing videos coming, but like I said, just coming through COVID, I still have a cough that stays with you for a little while as well. And then just going through what I was going through, still trying to get my voice back there. But y'all see, I still been trying, because I still been posting singing videos or whatever. But hopefully now I can get my voice to the potential I know it's capable of. But anyway, y'all have a great day, and like I said, peace out and love y'all. All right.